Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and I've created this channel because from today I'm going to be uploading audiobooks which I've made myself, which I've recorded myself, because as we all know, we are in a lockdown because of the epidemic coronavirus. So I thought that this would be a great time pass for you, and even it'll be a great opportunity to listen to stories. So I might leave the comment box open so that you can comment down which book you want to listen to next. So today I'm going to be reading from the children's genre, that is, I'm going to be reading the book Enid Blyton's The Magic Watering Can and Other Stories. So this book just has 17 to 18 short stories. So today I'm going to be reading Jimmy's Robin from them, and let's start. Jimmy's Robin. In Jimmy's garden lived a fine cock robin. You should have seen him. He had a beautiful red breast and the brightest black eyes, and he flew down beside Jimmy every time the little boy went to dig in his garden. Jimmy gave the robin crumbs each day, and he often sang a little sweet song to Jimmy. And once, for just a moment, he flew onto Jimmy's head and stood there. Wasn't that friendly? Then, one day, Jimmy was ill. He had to go to bed, and the little robin missed him badly. He hunted all over the garden for Jimmy, but he was nowhere to be seen. So the robin thought he would go and look into the house. Perhaps Jimmy was there. He looked all over the windows, and at last he found Jimmy lying in his bed looking very miserable, for the little boy was very lonely. The robin flew in at the open window and then sat on the bottom of Jimmy's bed. Tweet, tweet, chirry, chirry, chee, he sang. Jimmy opened his eyes and sat up in delight. It's my Robin, he said. Oh, Robin, how nice of you to come and find me. It's been so dull lying here in bed. Do come and see me every day. Tweet, tweet, I will, said the robin. He flew down onto Jimmy's blanket and sang a little song there, and then he flew out of the window again. He had thought of such a good idea. He had a little wife, and they were looking for a good place to build their nest. What fun would it be if they could find a place in Jimmy's bedroom? Jimmy was such a nice boy, and the little robin would like to build somewhere near to his friend. He found his wife and told her his good idea. Then together they flew back to Jimmy's bedroom and looked into every nook and corner to see if they could find a good place to put their nest. What about behind this bookcase by Jimmy's bed? Said the robin. There is just room. Tweet, chitty, chee, said his wife. Yes, that will be fine. So, for the next few days, Jimmy had a lovely time watching the little robins build their nest near his bedroom. He didn't have to tell anyone because he was afraid that his mother might say they were making a mess. He just lay and watched the little birds fly in and out, sometimes with a wisp of fruit, sometimes with 2 or 3 dead leaves, sometimes with a bit of moss. One day, the robin pecked a few hairs out of Jimmy's hairbrush. Jimmy did laugh. The hairs went into the nest too. Then the robin's wife sat on her cozy nest behind the bookcase and laid 4 pretty red spotted eggs. Jimmy could just see them if he peeked behind the bookcase. It really was very exciting. I can't understand how it is that Jimmy is so good and happy, staying all this time in his bed, said his mother to the doctor. He's just as good as gold. Jimmy knew why he was so happy and good. It was because he had 2 friends living behind his bookcase, but he wasn't going to say a word. One day the eggs hatched out into tiny baby birds. The two robins sang loudly for joy. Jimmy sang for joy too. He was just as pleased as the robins. He peeped behind the bookcase and looked at the baby birds each day. Sometimes the two robins would fly off to get food for them, and Jimmy would look after them. He promised the robin that he would not let Pussy come into the room. And then the little robins grew so big and it was time for them to fly away. And do you know, they all got out of the nest and flew about the room. Just imagine that! Jimmy laughed out so loudly. And just at that moment, his door opened and in came Mother with Doctor. "Well," said Mother in surprise, "wherever did all these birds come from?" And then Jimmy had to tell his mother about the nest and show her and the doctor where it was built behind the bookcase. Mother was so surprised. "But I am very sad now," said Jimmy, "because you see, the babies are flying away and I won't be able to see the robins anymore. They will be about the garden with their father and mother. It's time they flew out of the room." "And it is the time you flew out of this room too," said the doctor, smiling. "It is a lovely sunny day and you are to lie out in the garden all day long, so you will be able to see your robins all the time." Jimmy was so pleased, and now he and the robins are in the garden together, and Jimmy is nearly well again. He has 6 tamed robins. Isn't he lucky? So that was the end of the story. I hope you all liked the story, and please do like this video and comment down what books you want. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel if you support my idea. So bye bye and see you in my next video. Stay home, stay safe.